Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring today's episode.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of You Can Sit With Us. I'm Matt, sitting here with Becky.
Hello.
Rainie.
Hello.
And we are celebrating Mother's Day today.
Hello.
As our only resident mother here, how does it feel, Becky? How does it feel to be a mother?
Me.
How does it feel to be recognized for being a mother?
Oh my gosh, finally my time. I've been waiting for this. No, this is my first Mother's Day with a baby out of my womb.
Whoa.
So it's pretty exciting.
Very exciting.
I get to see all of my hard work in Henny.
All of your hard work. What is he getting you for Mother's Day?
I don't know, but it better be something good. That birth was traumatic.
That's
so
true.
I would like a present on Mother's Day. I would like a present on his birthday. And then I would actually like a present maybe once a week just for being me.
Just for all of your hard work.
Just a little gift. So I don't know what he's getting me yet, but I'll report back. I assume it might be a red light mask. That's what I've whispered in his little ear.
Like a little elf. He's going to be making a little mask at night.
Yes. Oh my God. What if he just gets me like, it's like cardboard or like construction paper? And he's like, here, Mom, I got you this.
That'd be great. That'd be very creative, actually.
It would be very creative. And you know
Beautiful.
What the fun thing about being creative is? This isn't a microphone. Do you ever watch that girl? She tickles me.
She's so funny. And actually, I just saw her on TikTok this week because she was doing like a review of all of her past videos. And she would like talk about them a little bit. It was like, some of them, she's like, okay, yeah, that was stupid. And then other ones, she was like, oh my God, that was the best one. Or like, you know, the one where she's like in the museum setting, and there's lots of people around.
Oh,
she's like, oh my God, my friends were so nice to me. Pulling off all those stunts.
She's a star. I'm sure her mother is very proud.
Yes. What do you think she got her mother for Mother's Day?
Oh my
as
gosh.
a creative.
It would definitely have to be like a 3D printer or like some sort of printed gift that then behind it is another gift.
A box within a box.
A box within a box within a box. Yeah. Yes. So on actual Mother's Day, we're going to go to a very topical restaurant here in LA. It's one of my favorites, but it's far away from where I live. It used to be closer to where I lived. And it's called Gracias Madre.
Yes.
Oh.
Thanks, Mom.
Right? Thanks, Mom.
And
they have the best nachos, like
they do.
ever.
They're really tasty.
They're so good.
What's a vegan Mexican restaurant?
It is vegan. Yeah, everything's vegan. It's really, really tasty. I found it by it being close to Pump and Sir. I was like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah, it's a really cute spot. That'll be fun.
So I'm excited. And then we're going to swing by our other baby's house on the way and see our baby Eugene.
Baby Eugene.
See my firstborn, Kimbap. My secondborn, Eugene.
I wonder what Kimbap will get you for Mother's Day.
I wonder too.
I hope it's another rat. I hope it is.
You know, I haven't been whispering that in his little ear. I was thinking he could get me.
I hope he brings you one like he brought me one.
I think that's maybe a bad omen.
It's a rat?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, drop it.
Yeah. He like
drop it.
Yeah. He brought one into the house once.
What if he put it
caught it in the yard?
In your pillow?
That would be really gross. But now you're giving me ideas to do to you.
For my Mother's Day. Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much. This is beautiful.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
Let's stop talking about this rat. I don't want to hear it.
So you're going to eat.
We're going to eat.
Do you have any plans to walk around? Are you going to call your mom?
Oh, we're definitely going to call my mom. Yeah.
Sure, you have to have a good FaceTime.
There has to be a good FaceTime. I mean, there's pretty much a FaceTime every day. That's about an hour long. So there's a lot of FaceTiming. So we'll call my mom. We'll call Keith's mom. We'll
what do you usually FaceTime her on the daily?
On the daily?
Are you just like, help? Or are you like just chatting?
Yeah. No, basically it's like, help. Help, I need to talk to an adult. Usually we do it around like a meal time. I'm trying to get them used to seeing him eating because the last time they were here, I don't think he was doing that. He was just on like his bottles. And he's actually, Keith and I are going for a video somewhere. I'm not going to say it. For like a week. So Henny is going to camp Grandma Grandpa.
Very exciting.
For like a week. But I'm like, he's going to be over 1 at that point. So babies after 1 don't get formula anymore.
Oh.
They don't get they're not supposed to get bottles anymore.
Uh-huh.
So like he needs to like
only.
eat food to live.
Yeah.
And like grandma and grandpa are a bit anxious. They're a bit anxious. I assume when I come back, he will have fully like devolved back into just purees and like refuse to eat with his own hands. But no, he's like really, I mean, you're not good or bad at eating, but he eats. He eats. He picks things up.
Healthy appetite.
He has a healthy appetite. He's going to have a very diverse microbiome. Speaking of microbiomes, we were watching that documentary. It was kind of boring, but also kind of cute.
On Netflix. It's the new one on Netflix. Right?
It's the new one on Netflix. I mean, I think it is poop propaganda. And what I mean by that is I think the people who made it just want us to send them our poop. Like, I think they just want everyone. I think that's going to be the call to action at the end. We didn't finish it.
Do you think they just want data?
They want data. They want poop. They want your poop.
What's it about? It's about poop?
It's about poop.
Are you going to send yours?
No.
Oh.
Are you?
I'm not sending my poop to them. That's my poop. People sending their DNA left and right. They're like, oh, let me swab my mouth and send my DNA to this random company.
You send your poop down the drain every day.
Yeah, but no one's like people are collecting the wastewater as a whole, but they're not like, this is Becky Habersberger's poop. They're gonna like clone me. They're gonna take this poop and make a little poop clone. But anywho, in this documentary, one of the things that stuck with me because I like hearing about numbers, but not in that way. I hate math, but like I like facts that you can count. But statistics, yeah, I guess that would be the word. I really like numbers that you can interpret to mean something else, and then you can put them together and get like a graph. I think those are really interesting. But they said you should have 20 to 30 different kinds of fruits and vegetables a week.
Oh.
20 to 30. So what got me was the different.
Yeah.
Like we eat lots of fruits and veggies. Yum. Big fan of fruit, especially. Yeah. But 20 to 30 different, I was like, I can't even think of 30 different vegetables. Consume. I was like, we like literally went through, we were like, okay, our smoothie is this, 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 and this. And then for lunch, I had this kind of lettuce on my sandwich. And then for dinner, we had this kind of asparagus. But then we're like, then the next day we had the same smoothie and we had the same asparagus for dinner. But
so 7. You've had 7.
Seven. I think we count it. We think we consistently eat about 15 different fruits and vegetables. We're almost there. I just have to learn about 15 others.
Add a couple more in. Yeah. Toss them up.
But Henny, because he's so little and like, you know, he doesn't have like a palate yet, eats anything. Yeah. So I'll just be like, ready for some bok choy? Where like, I don't necessarily just eat bok choy.
Yeah.
Diced off the bit, you know.
Well, now you do. This is your new reality.
I do try and taste some of his stuff because it's supposed to like help kids eat, like have a positive association with
model
food
behavior.
Yeah, and like there are some studies that say like if someone or something that they like is eating the food, they'll be more inclined to try something new.
Yeah.
But like some of his food, I'm like, I don't want this.
Right.
What's the grossest? The
grossest for me is tofu. I don't really like tofu. But Henny had it for the first time and I was like, ooh. But he was like,
okay.
Our sound actor.
So many people are like listening in their car right now, like, Becky, don't make that noise. Yeah, I don't like tofu. That is not my vibe. But he loves it.
Yeah.
Is he eating it raw? Or are you cooking it?
No, I cook it.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything's cooked. I think the only raw thing that he's gotten is like tomatoes. I'll do grape tomatoes. Ooh. Obviously quartered and diced and chopped. And
yeah.
Like
sometimes you can eat tofu like just a la carte. There's some recipes. Yeah, but if you don't like it, you will not like uncooked.
I will not like it uncooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll like it. Actually,
what did you say?
You'll like it. The soon, you know, like the.
Could you hear it?
Especially, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Huh? Especially the soon tofu, you know, the one that's like really soupy. Just have a cup of that.
Oh, the silken?
Yeah.
And drink it. Yum.
No, I actually add it to things instead of like to make things creamy.
Oh, I've seen that.
So you don't really know. that it's in there.
Yeah,
It's
it's just a little protein.
People
Hidden
do that
protein.
with cottage cheese too,
I love cottage cheese.
which I didn't know. Do you know it's high in salt? But if you rinse it, it's less high in salt.
Oh, really?
It is high in salt. Sometimes
You know what's
when I eat it,
gross?
I'm like, this is
Rinsing
really salty.
cottage cheese. I would say that's another gross thing is rinse cottage. Like putting it in a strainer and being like,
with some warm water.
so gross.
Matt, how are you eating your tofu?
Matt, how are you at eating solids? Are you doing Matt-led weaning?
Yeah, Matt-led weaning could
More
be very-
purees.
Yeah, all the above. All the above. I actually buy for a quick snack,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't like this, is you can get tofu that's already baked.
Oh.
And it looks like way smaller. It's like way more compact than normal tofu, you know, because the normal tofu comes like in the container thing.
Yeah, with lots of
And this
water.
one's like much more compact and already has flavoring on it. And so a lot of people will like flash fry it or something first, but you can also just eat it right out of the package.
Ooh, I think I've had that before. Is it the lemon garlic?
There's a couple
ones?
different flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like a good quick snack.
Yeah. I'm into
Plant-friendly.
tofu, but I wasn't for a really long time.
I've tried so hard. The only
Yeah.
tofu that I've been like, wait, I would eat this forever is at night market, the vegan larb that they have, because it's like so spicy and it's crispy.
Yeah.
Like I can never make mine. I think
Like
if it was
fried up.
crispy,
Yeah.
I would eat it.
Yeah. I don't know how
But
to
when
make
it's
mine.
like, I don't
The
like the
texture
soft
thing.
texture. But when it's crispy or like, oh my God, so bougie LA. Like Goop
Yes.
Kitchen has a barbecue tofu.
Oh my God.
And that one's like so spicy, it like burns going in and out. It's
Yeah.
like, it hurts you. But the
that.
texture, I'm like, I could eat this.
Well, what's the best food then you had this week?
The best.
The best thing you've eaten this
Food.
week.
I thought you were going to say what the best thing that I made Henny was. And I was like, interesting question. Interesting question.
Best for who?
Probably yogurt. You loved. What was the best thing I ate?
Because last night, Eugene and I went to Mother
Matt
Wolf.
already knows the answer to this
It's like,
question.
okay, the reason I asked is
And I asked because actually I had something really good.
I had something really good. I've been meaning to go to Mother Wolf
Topical too.
for forever.
Mother's Day,
Mother.
Mother Wolf.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you. Thank you for connecting the dots for the audience.
Put in a graph for me, then I'd
Yes.
understand.
Then Becky loves a graph.
Love a graph.
Infographic. So we went to Mother Wolf yesterday. It's a Roman, like Italian Roman style restaurant in Hollywood, and it's kind of hard to get a reservation, and they only release it like every 2 weeks for the next 2 weeks.
And it's
So
on
you
a
kinda have
bunch
to, like,
of lists
yeah,
of like
it's on a bunch
best
of lists. It's
Italian in
only-
LA. I think it's shortlisted for like a Michelin star at some
It's
point.
only been, I was supposed to say only been live. It's only been open for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Like in 2022. So it's like a newer restaurant too. It was amazing. Every single thing we had was so good.
Okay, but
Even the
tell them
desserts.
about the grill. Because I have a question on that.
It was sad because I guess like some of their ovens and their grill were broken or they're being serviced or something. So that day, the only day that we went, they weren't working. So we couldn't have any pizzas because the pizzas looked so good. And then none of like the meat dishes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a lot.
That's a
Like,
lot.
It's probably a
kinda
lot of
half
the menu.
It was kind of like almost half the menu.
So I'm
Yeah.
like keeping on the Mother's Day thing. Some mothers are Karens, right? Some mothers. Not all
Some
mothers.
are, yeah.
Some
yeah.
mothers are Karens. Would you have put your Karen wig on at Mother Wolf and been like, I made this reservation 3 weeks ago. It's not a cheap place.
No, it's not.
I mean, I do love that you had gift cards.
We had a
That's
gift
a
card, which is
real
nice.
that's a real mother way to do
No,
it.
it's a real
like,
Karen
here's
move.
a coupon. I got a coupon.
Eugene was like embarrassed. He's like, I don't want to tell them that I have a gift card. I was like, you have to tell them we have a gift card.
When do I give him a coupon? Do I give it to you now, sir? Thank you for the Italian fancy
Yes.
feast.
Yes.
At what point do you think you would have been like, I want a new reservation? Like, what if they said like the grill was broken and there was no air conditioning or something? I don't know. It wasn't particularly hot this week, but
I mean,
like the bathrooms don't work.
Ooh.
Honestly, if the bathrooms didn't work, I would leave because I'm like, your employees are walking
yeah,
around
this is
like
not going to be good.
in diapers. They have to
Yeah,
be.
I feel like that'd be bad. But honestly, if they didn't have like the pastas, because that's really kind of what you're going
Yeah.
for. So they're like, ooh, this week we don't have any pasta, you're going to be like,
Do you think you would have like been like, oh, I'll switch my reservation?
I think if they had said they didn't have pastas,
You would have been like, I'm out of
the
here.
pastas, then I'm not going to be there.
No pasta, no Matt.
No pastas, no me.
When I used to work retail, I actually used Shopify all the time, and it is so easy. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your own online shop stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. When I was working in retail, I would use Shopify to check people out. It was a really great system to help the small business that I worked for grow. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. Plus, Shopify's extensive help resources are there to help support your business every step of the way. Because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/sitwithus. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/sitwithus now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/sitwithus. No pastas, no Matt.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
think
ever
that would have been the line.
been what you felt like was a Karen at like a restaurant or like an establishment? Or do you have any like crazy Karen stories? Because I am all
I'm
over
sure Eugene would say yes.
Karen TikTok.
For me, I'm sure Eugene, because Eugene's sometimes like, you're scary.
Matt is
not at a restaurant setting, but I do think sometimes with like customer service things where you get like bounced around.
Yes.
That's what makes me mad. They're like, you have to
Yeah.
talk to this person, and they bounce you to someone else. You know what I mean? And it's like, no one's helping me. You're just doing this, so I hang up.
That's
and that's like their tactic, and that's what makes me mad.
It bounces you
So stuff like that. Or if someone's giving a bad answer, I'm like, can I escalate this? I need to escalate this.
Escalate.
I don't say talk to your
escalate.
manager.
You say I need to escalate.
Because a lot of times they'll bounce you to a different department then or something, you know, if you're trying to escalate a ticket or an issue.
Yeah. I don't think I was a Karen, but I was firm on the phone once. It was
only once.
one time. I'm known for being so level-headed and calm. But it was post-birth, and you get these bills. Like you're constantly, it's like 100 bills are coming to your house because they're in your name and they're in the baby's name. So like Henry's getting bills. And I'm like, this kid does not have a job. Where do you think he's paying this bill from?
Right.
Like just put it in my name so it makes it easier.
Yeah.
So I got a bill that was like, it was like $50. I think it was like not, after birth, you're getting bills for thousands of dollars. So $50, I was like, okay, what is this?
Yeah.
There's nothing on it. It said nothing. It said $50, like from the hospital. And I was like, okay, I already went through my itemized bill, which, heads up, I saw this on TikTok and it actually did work. If you call the hospital where you gave birth, I don't know if they do it for other like surgeries and stuff. I said I saw on TikTok. If you call them and say, is there a discount if I pay in full today?
Oh.
Sometimes they'll give you a discount. And I told Keith, I said, just try it. I'm like, because what are they going to say? No, like, oh, well. They give him 30% off.
30?
30% off.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. And we tried it with a different, because you get like a bill from the hospital, you get a bill from insurance, you get a bill from literally who knows.
Yeah.
And it did not work with one of the other ones. But I think the hospital is the one that it worked with, where they were like, yeah, we'll give you a discount.
Wow.
Not crazy.
It's expensive to be a mom.
It's, you're telling me. You're telling me. And they want people to just do it willy-nilly?
Yeah.
They're like, do it. You're like, pretty financially like unattainable.
Yeah.
But anywho, so this $50 bill comes in and I'm like, it says nothing. Like you gave me a receipt, but says nothing. So I call the number and I'm like, hi, I'm trying to pay this bill, but I actually like don't know what it's for. And the woman was like, oh, it's for your biopsy after birth. And I was like, I didn't have a biopsy.
Also, a $50 biopsy is interesting.
I was like, what a random. I'm also like, isn't that what insurance was for?
Yeah.
But I was like, I didn't have a biopsy. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I'd had to get sent to a lab. And I was like, ma'am, I have no idea what you're talking about. And she's like, it's a biopsy. And I was like, ma'am, what did I have biopsied? What is this? What am I paying for? What were you looking for?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's just a biopsy. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm really not understanding. Like, I need just a little more clarity on what we're doing here. No joke, this woman yelled at me, like raised her voice, yelled at me. And she was like, it's a biopsy. I don't know what was going on, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, ma'am, I think I'd like to speak to someone else. I think I would like to escalate this. But I didn't say escalate it. I was like, I think I'll talk to whoever your boss is because I can't do this right now. And I talked to the next person who literally sounded like it was on their cell phone. Like I caught someone at the grocery store.
Stop.
There was like chatter in the back and I was like, who am I paying? Like, what is this company? And apparently part of your placenta gets biopsied after birth to like test it for something. I don't know, maybe infection because I had like a high risk. But she was like, yeah, that's what got biopsied. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
okay,
fine.
great.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know. And I was like, and by the way, the woman before you yelled at me, and this was like, I was probably like maybe 20, 25 weeks postpartum. So I was like, my boobs were full. I was so tired. I was like, she just yelled at me and I don't really know why. I don't feel like I did anything to get yelled at. I just wanted to know why I owe you $50.
That's crazy.
That's the end of the story.
I mean, that doesn't even sound that very Karen, though. You know what I mean?
But I did ask to talk to someone above.
So that's what your definition of a Karen is.
Yeah, if you ask to talk to a manager. I feel like that's a big one.
Yeah. But usually you're like meaner, you know? Like Karens get like.
That's true.
Yeah.
When I did work in customer service, I had someone calling. I mean, I think I could tell this story. There's this lady that called in and she like straight up was yelling at me on the phone and she's like, I'd like to talk to a manager. Like, joke's on her. There was no manager. We were like,
You like change your voice?
we were like, yes, exactly. That's what I did. We were like that Lost Boys. We were like wild children in the jungle at this place. And I said, okay, hold on, I'll go get her. Just put the phone down for like 30 seconds and was like, hello?
Your acting skills
They
coming to good use.
came in that day.
I like the other line I use is I'll repeat what they say back to me. So I'll be like, what I'm hearing is you can't help me today.
Oh.
Because they'll be like the technician can't come today, blah, blah, blah. Or they'll give a bunch of excuses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, well, you promised me you're going to help me today. And what I'm hearing is you can't help me today. I'll do stuff like that. So they get caught and they're like, you know what I mean? So then they like, you want to see them like waver. You want to see them waver and be like,
Matt wants to see them sweat.
Yeah. Because then they'll get uncomfortable and then they'll want to like, you know, appease you or try to get out of it faster.
That's true.
So usually that can work to your advantage.
Yeah.
All right.
What I'm hearing is.
What I'm hearing you say, Matt, is you're ready to go on to the next question.
Those are the two things you need to remember, Becky. What I'm hearing is.
And
I'd like to escalate this issue.
What I'm hearing is you're not sure what I got biopsied. And
you can't help me get
unable
that
to help
answer.
me today.
Yes.
I would like to escalate this issue to someone who can tell me what happened inside of my body and what was sent away from my body.
So you never answered my question.
Oh yeah, what did you ask?
What was your favorite bite of the week? Your favorite thing you ate this week?
My favorite thing that I ate this week was...
Because I still didn't get to tell you mine.
Oh.
I just told you about the restaurant.
Matt, just tell us about the pasta you ate that you loved. Don't pretend that you want to hear what sad dish I ate, what chicken and rice I microwaved. Tell me about your beautiful mother dinner.
Actually, everything was so good, but the olive oil cake at the end was delicious.
Ooh.
And it's like in a citrus syrup. They soak it in like a citrus syrup.
Oh my God.
And then they put like a lemon sorbet with it, which is so good. And then candied fennel on top.
Candied fennel.
It was so tasty.
Oh my God.
So good.
I don't really think of you as a sweets person, but I don't know why.
I don't like a lot of, I'm not like super candy person, you know, but I like a good dessert every once in a while.
See him with a bag of chips at the end of the night. Let me tell you, Rainie.
Is
when
that
we were in
secrets from
Paso.
Chips are not candy,
When
Becky.
we were in
Chips are not
Paso,
candy.
Somebody was cuddled up in bed, wolfing.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
everyone loves chips, Rainie. Everyone.
An after dinner snack.
Yeah. Well, it's after you've had like a bunch of wine tastings and stuff. You need something
I need my
to soak up
chips.
the slosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just call it slosh. I hate that.
And you're doing just plain sea salt, right? Or limo?
No, these were, I introduced him
pop?
to pop chips. I love a pop chip.
Oh my goodness. A
Yeah.
pop chip.
Pop chip.
Yeah.
What flavor?
Popcorn.
I think it was maybe just the sea salt one, but it tastes
Yeah.
like kind of cheesy, even though it's not
Yeah.
cheesy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm a big
popcorn.
pop chips fan. I love a kettle corn pop chip.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Could eat
Sweet.
the whole bag. Sweet.
It's the
gets
salty
me.
sweet.
So
I love
sweet.
it. I
Delicious.
love
Yeah.
it.
What kind of pizza? Because you said there was some cool pizzas. Were they creative pizzas or were they like?
Well, the girl was broken.
Matt wouldn't know.
right. Did you see the menu?
Yeah, everything. They look like mostly the like standard
Okay.
toppings and stuff, but it's mostly their crust is like super super thin and crunchy.
Mm. So they weren't like the Trader Joe's like matcha, sausage pizza.
No, I've never had that.
Good
Matcha
God,
sausage.
Rainie. Are there matcha sausage pizzas at Trader Joe's?
I just feel like Trader Joe's is always
That
just,
is what Rainey
like,
had this week.
yeah.
Rainie's best bite this week was
It's
the matcha
Matcha
sausage pizza.
sausage pizza.
Check it
I
out.
feel
at your
like someone
local
should make
TJ's.
that.
It kind of sounds good
It
now
kinda
that I'm thinking about
sounds
it. A little
I mean,
nutty.
it's like grassy. It's kind of like pesto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your caffeine for your pizza.
Why
know?
get caffeine from coffee when you can get it from pizza?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the
Keep you up
espresso
all night.
beans, like
Oh,
chocolate covered
yeah.
espresso beans, and then you eat them and you're like, okay, I'm
awake.
zhuzhed
I'm
up.
ready.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that.
Those are
love
pretty
that.
good. Okay, what was yours,
I
Becky?
expected you to say nothing. Nothing was my best bite. I had sad bites.
Sad.
We're on
Yeah.
our health journey.
Sad bites.
So we eat sad
I mean,
food.
maybe your best bite was when I cooked you dinner last week. The week before.
That was many weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
It was good, but even you yourself admitted some of it was overcooked.
It did get a little overcooked.
Oh. Did you cook on vacation?
No.
Or is this different?
No. This was just
Okay.
like a different night. I don't know why you came. Oh, Drag Race.
Yeah.
It was a Drag Race. Was it the finale?
The one before the finale.
Yeah, the one before the finale.
Penultimate.
Yes. So we watched.
What did
that
you guys?
one.
What did you make?
I brought over freshman pasta.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, freshman pasta. And then I did like a white bean sauce with scrimps because Becky's favorite is scrimps.
Wait, I'm off scrimp.
No
I'm
more.
off. Keith made it the other day, and I was like, I don't want this. I don't
all of a
like this
sudden,
anymore.
It was her favorite. Now it's not her favorite.
It was
anymore.
my favorite. Now I actually think I like white fish
Oh.
and steak.
Oh, steak. Wow.
I think that's my vibe.
Whoa.
And our
Yeah.
trainer's always like, she's like, what protein do you have this week? And I'm like, I had steak. And she's like, what about chicken? And I'm like, I ate steak. And she's like, but I think maybe we put some chicken in there. They're just like, chicken's so like chicken to me. I'm like, oh, chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, chicken is chicken.
Chicken.
I guess steak isn't
It's
good
just
for you,
like
but I think of it
chicken.
as
You know
just,
what
like,
you should
so
really
high
try
protein.
is
just
more
so
tofu,
good.
Becky. More tofu.
You know what I do a lot of now, which I'm glad Henny likes because then I do actually eat a little bit of it, is lentils.
I love lentils.
I could eat a lentil. A lentil a day keeps the doctor away.
That's true.
I love
I love
legumes.
lentils. And there's
There's
this
so many
brand.
different color lentils too. Did you know?
Yes, there's this brand, Melissa, and she does like edamame. It's all like vacuum sealed and you have to use it within like a certain amount of time. But she does already steamed lentils and they have like a little bit of seasoning on them. It is like the easiest, like, I'm in a
Health.
rush.
Health.
That's actually a big thing for me because I don't like cooking
Something
them.
quick. Oh, I'll
Yeah.
send you a picture.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
one
send
at
it,
home.
yeah.
And even our babysitter, she was like, this was really easy to make. And I was like, I thought it was too.
You know, you can
Yeah.
also do lentils in the Instapot.
Man, I told you it scares me. It scares me. What I want for Mother's Day is for you to come over and make, okay, I have 2 demands for Mother's Day.
Demands,
I have
not
2
even requests.
demands. I'm a
Okay,
big
she's putting
Karen.
on
I would
her-
like to escalate this. I would like to escalate this, Matt. So 2 things. First thing, which I already told Matt that he needed to come over. So Matt is actually very good at making bread. Surprise to no one. Like, look
Yeah.
at this man. Of course he makes bread. Like,
Yeah,
Come on.
most on
What does
brand
that mean,
thing
Becky?
come
possible.
on.
What does that mean?
You're a walking bread stereotype.
I look like bread.
You look like a bread man. So he gave me the sourdough starter. I tried to make it one time. It was very bad. I tried to make it the second time. I followed this recipe that he had that this guy, this man that he loves, and I watched this man. He created a lot of tension in his dough. So I was trying to create a lot of tension in my dough. Made it, looking good. Put it in. I'm like, this is it. This is going to be the time that it takes. No, terrible. It looked beautiful on the top. Did not rise at all. The inside was gummy. The internet said my starter was dead, which I did get from Matt. So maybe he gave me a dead body. Maybe he wanted me to hide
It
a
was
dead
alive
body.
when I gave it to you, so maybe you did something to it.
I can only take care of one baby at a time. So I told Matt, I was like, I think I just need someone to come over for like a full day
Yeah.
to like make this bread with me so I can do like hands-on. And like I think that person should be like 5'11", brunette, sporty build, and free. So I need that for my first demand. And then what was the second one? We were just talking about it.
The Instapot.
The Instapot. You have to show me how to use the Instapot. It's scary.
Yeah,
like, let's
there's
be
like
real.
a lot of buttons.
Let's be real. There's a lot of buttons, and there's literally a thing on the top that they're like, if you touch this in the wrong way,
Oh my God.
it like literally when you touch it goes.
Well, that's the pressure cooker part.
Yeah, but you know what happens when too much pressure cooks up?
Explodes.
Mine's never exploded. You'll be fine. I use it. I even have like a real pressure cooker. Those are scarier.
Oh yeah, that's the one on your stove, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that scares me.
That's what's scary. The Instapot's like fine, easy, but buttons.
That's why I think you should
Done.
just come over. And then show me
Just
how to
come
use
over.
it.
Just
And then
come
like
over.
if we could make like between 5 and 7 dishes that I could have for the week. I'd also like to know how to cook branzino.
5 to 7 meals.
If we could kind of get those. I mean, if you want to sleep over, you can sleep over. So we get started right in the morning.
I mean, sourdough, you do have to start early. You know what I mean?
You
It's a
do.
full day affair.
I was
Wow.
ready. I literally I was in bed and I was like, Keith, when you wake up, because Keith gets Henry in the morning. I was like, when you wake up to get Henry, like wake me up. I have to preheat my oven for 30 minutes and I have to take my dough out and score it. And I'm like, and Keith's like, I preheated the oven for you. And I was like, how long has it been on? It needs to be on for 30 minutes exactly.
Oh, really? 30 minutes exactly?
I mean, that's what this
doesn't have to
recipe
be
said.
exact.
That's what the man
At least
said.
30 minutes. It needs to be on.
The
it.
man
Oh, okay,
said.
at least. Yeah. It was like exact, because I guess it does get to a particular temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our oven gets like a little hotter, we've learned, because we have a
Broiler?
kosher. When you have two ovens. What's that called? We have two ovens.
That's a
Like a
double.
stacking. Double oven?
Yeah.
We have a double oven?
Double oven.
Double oven?
A doven.
A doven?
You do?
We do.
Oh, yeah, you do. I was thinking your oven is under your cooktop, but it's not.
No, ours
Yeah,
is. We have our
yours on the
cooktop.
side,
And then
yeah.
there's like another
The
thing
stack.
across from the fridge and it's
Yeah.
stacked.
Yeah. For Thanksgiving. You know,
For
makes it
Thanksgiving.
perfect.
Thanksgiving.
You cook
Or keep it
everything at once.
kosher.
Yeah.
So you don't cook non-kosher things in the oven. That's what I think it was
interesting.
for. I do have a very topical, I was kind of telling you guys about
Yes.
it earlier, a very topical debate, speaking of Mother's Day,
Yes.
that I've seen on the internet. And if you are a mom on TikTok, you've seen it in the last week. And it started with this one mom being like, if the phrase that is being debated is mom in the trenches. So this mom was like, if you're a mom in the trenches, like Mother's Day is about like you. It shouldn't be about driving an hour to see this grandparent or driving an hour to see this grandparent. It shouldn't be about coordinating everyone's schedules. Like that's not a relaxing Mother's Day, especially for, and again, quote unquote, a mom in the trenches. And people lost their fucking minds.
Is it because of the phrase mom in the trenches?
They lost their minds about mom in the trenches because they were like, what are you saying, mom in the trenches versus mom not in the trenches? And like anyone with newborns would be considered like a mom in the trenches. But then I'd also be like, well, I feel like a toddler mom is a mom in the trenches.
Yeah.
And then
Sometimes-
freaking
Middle
teenagers. Yeah. I think the very basic definition that I saw mostly going around was you're not sleeping through the night. If you're being awoken, if you're not getting a full
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours of sleep, check one for being in the trench.
Yeah.
But the older moms, the grandmas on TikTok, which I was like, I've never seen so many grandmas on TikTok in my life. Some of them did look a little Karen-y, I'm just gonna say. Were like, you know, all moms are moms in the trenches, and like, why are we choosing to celebrate one mom over another mom? And the debate became like, who deserves to be celebrated on Mother's Day?
Oof.
And it was like both sides kind of weren't listening to what the other side was saying. And interesting because this conversation was only happening with women.
Right. That's what I was.
Yeah.
I was like, interesting.
It's
I wonder if
only
them-
women
yeah.
arguing about how they're going to be celebrated
Yeah.
by other people. But the biggest, I think, dissent that I saw was like the grandmas were saying like bringing their grandchildren to them, their mothers too, you know, and they're your mother and you're a mother because they were a mother. So they're like, you should drive your kids to me. I mean, my parents and my in-laws don't live here, so I got no skin in the game.
Yeah.
We're not driving anywhere that I don't want to drive on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But if I did live, I think is also a debate for people how close they are with their relatives. Because I feel like if Mother's Day had happened like, I don't know, right after Henny was born and he was home and my parents lived here, there's no way in hell my parents would be like, you have to drive him over to our house.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's just not the relationship we have. My mom would have been like, I'm going to come over. You go to bed.
Yeah.
But it's also like, what are you doing when you go to grandma's house? Is grandma making a huge meal?
Yeah.
Then you don't have to cook as the mom, right? And then grandma can watch the kids. So you don't have to watch the kids. You can have it can be vino clock, you know?
Vino clock. But if your mom is not sleeping through the night, vino clock is not fun.
Yeah.
Nothing has made me want to drink less than having a baby. I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah. Head throbbing.
Yeah. I'm 3 a.m. after like 2 glasses of wine. You're like,
Sounds great.
Never going to do this again.
Then you'll just fall asleep so easy, you know?
Snoozing.
Snooze. Yeah.
But yeah, where do you think you guys are on the side of, we're going to go hypothetical. This is hypothetical for all of us, right?
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
do you think, let's do a fake scenario. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going with, let's set the scene. Jenny. Jenny is a new mom. She has an 8-month-old. Let's say they're going through like the 9-month regression. Maybe they're 9 months old. They're going through the 9-month regression or they're teething, not sleeping. Jenny's mom lives 45 minutes away. Jenny's mother-in-law lives 30 minutes in the opposite direction. Jenny's mother is calling and saying, hey, what time are you going to be over? Jenny's mother-in-law is calling saying, hey, what time are you going to be over on Mother's Day?
I would say husband goes to his mom's house. Says, okay, thanks, mom.
You think divide and conquer? Or do you think it's rude to say, I'm not going anywhere? Because that's what the moms in the trenches.
Then if you divide and conquer, then who goes with the kid?
Who gets the kid?
Yeah. Because the grandma always wants to see the kid.
So then do you do no one? And you say, if you want to come over, you can come over. But I'm not hosting anything. I'm not doing XYZ.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm also like, is it even safe to be driving if you're that tired? I don't know.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah. I don't know. Matt, what do you think?
It's hard,
It's
right?
hard. It's really
such
hard.
a hard question.
Yeah.
And people were really going hard for their sides on TikTok. And I was like, it seems like there's a little more nuance needed.
Yeah.
It is hard, but it also is like, you should be older and wiser. Like you've been there before. Right? Like grandma, you've been there before. Think about how you were then. Or would they be more understanding and be like, oh, it was so hard when I was like that. I'll be nice. You know?
Yeah.
Which mom are you?
Which mom are you?
Which mom are you?
Yeah. When do you stop getting... Because I feel like that's the real question is like, when does Mother's Day stop being about you? Right?
Right.
Because that's the debate that they're having.
Right.
Like,
if you're like an empty nester.
yes. If you're a retired 75-year-old mother,
Right.
are you being celebrated in the same way that your younger child is being celebrated as a new mother?
It probably also speaks to just like we don't celebrate mothers enough
100%.
and women enough. Like, I think people are feeling
100%.
depleted. It's like this one day can I have?
You need to have a grandmother's day.
Oh, that's what that was part of it too. Is people
Yeah.
are saying, what if you asked the grandmothers, like, can we celebrate Mother's Day with you?
Yeah.
Not on Mother's Day.
Right.
And like some of the grandmothers were like, no, that's
What?
not fair. That's bad. I was like,
Why does it matter what day?
That's what I said. I was like, I don't even celebrate my birthday on the day it is most of the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what is the point of the actual like day being that hard?
Right.
Yeah. I
the
think
next week.
if they really need their own celebration, they just have to have it on a different day.
Yeah.
You're not running around. It's going to be too crazy.
Yeah.
Too much work.
Yeah. I think people forget about that like mental load, especially with moms, of like, okay, even the idea of organizing, like going to different grandparents' house makes me tired just thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work.
It is. And with
And
the
then it's
sleep
like-
schedule, and
yeah.
you got to bring all the stuff and all the diapers and all the food and all
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And all the questions
Lots of
people are
travel.
asking, what time are they going to eat? What are they going to eat? What are they going to, and you're like, and they're like, okay, I have to go to the grocery store. So they have food for this time. And I have to make sure that they have this and they have that. I'm tired now.
All right. Well, we've got some next door posts that I think we've just got to be reviewing. Some moms are on Nextdoor. Not all.
Oh, are you on Nextdoor? Is Becky on Nextdoor?
I'm on Nextdoor.
I'm
I don't
not on
comment
Nextdoor.
or look at anything.
You go for the alerts?
I'm there for the alerts.
What
Well, I
are the-
mostly
are
go
the
there
alerts?
when like I hear a loud noise and I'm like, what was that?
Oh.
Well, and it's how we found many moons ago, a cat came to our house and we were like petting the cat.
That's
He was such a
right.
sweet cat. And we were like, we were going to keep him. It was before we had Grandpa Barry.
Oh my God.
And we were like, let's put pictures of him online. And it was actually the day that Eugene and I filmed the wine ranking video.
Yeah.
So I was a little tipsy and we found the cat's owner. And they were like, this cat has been missing for like 5 months, 6 months. We're going to come pick him. And they picked him up when I wasn't there.
You never got to say goodbye.
We never got to say goodbye. I cried.
Oh my God.
He was so sweet. He like hung out with us. He brought us a dead bird once.
Oh.
Because he was like, you're my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were going to keep him. He was beautiful.
How long did you have him?
Like 2 months almost.
That was a
Yeah,
long
he was our
time, I feel
outdoor
like.
cat. Yeah.
Oh.
And he would come and he would climb on the windows and he would sit by Alfred outside. Like he would literally like crawl in our laps. We'd obviously have to go change all of our clothes when we came back inside. But yeah, he had a funny name. What do we call him? Oh, Birdie.
Oh.
It was Birdie because it was, like Miles's dog.
Yeah.
But it was
brought it.
because his
Bird.
name was Bert, I think. And then we found out it was a girl. So we're like, oh, you're Birdie.
T.
Yeah.
Bertie. Yeah.
Well,
That's why I was on Nextdoor.
Yeah.
people,
Long story short.
people post crazy things on Nextdoor.
Okay. What do
So
they post?
we're going to look at some of these crazy posts.
Okay.
So the first one here is lobster for sale, $50. And the photo is a lobster sitting next to a lab. And the lobster looks to be the same size as the lab, the dog. And the dog looks terrified.
And they're both
this
on carpet.
Huge lobster. And they're both on the carpet.
Both on the carpet. Why is the lobster on the carpet?
Selling my lobster, Goose. I love him dearly. However, it is time he found a new friend. Great with kids and pets. My dog is a little nervous around him. But with proper training, I'm sure your dog will love him just as much as I hope you will. He gets fussy when he isn't taken for a walk.
This is not real. There's
He
no way
mainly
this
eats
is
small
real.
fish. However, I have found that he loves a small piece of orange after dinner as dessert. He hates any music by Johnny Cash. If you play it, it will destroy anything around him.
That can't be real. That can't. Can lobsters just be out walking around, like without water or like?
I mean,
sand?
I think they have to live in an environment that has water, but they
Right?
can be out of water too.
This one has like eyes.
I mean,
It's just, I've
all
never seen a
lobsters have
lobster
Like,
eyes.
look at him.
eyes.
He's really looking at you.
All lobsters have eyes.
He's looking
Becky.
at you.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
think this
do
is
lobsters
fake.
have eyes?
Do the lobsters have eyes? It's like hills have eyes.
Yeah, lobsters have eyes.
I'm interested that he eats orange for dessert. I don't know lobsters do that. Omnivore.
You know, I assume that's not his natural habitat food, is what I'm concerned about.
He grew very
Maybe that's
healthily.
why he's so big.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why he's so big
It's
as the
the or-
oranges.
the vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
He has a very diverse microbiome.
If you knew this was a lady who lived across the street from you, what would you do? I would scream.
I would be like, no. I would be like, what is happening in your house? Why is there a lobster on the carpet? The dog, I get. But a lobster
dog
on
is
the
me.
carpet, your carpet's going to stink. The next thing she's going to ask for is a good carpet cleaner recommendation. There's no way this is real.
And I feel like people, $50 for a lobster that big is actually kind of like
It's kind of a good deal.
a good deal.
Would you cook the lobster?
So I feel like the person who's going to buy this goose lobster named Goose is going to eat it. Don't you?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. $50? That's a big
Yeah.
lobster. Ooh, it looks like, you know what it looks like in Jumanji when the spider things come out and they're crawling around? That's what it looks like.
It's huge.
You know, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Next one.
Next,
Okay.
please. Okay, this one is more believable to me. This one, I'm like, I feel like someone would write this. So this one's titled, Please Close Your Windows
Yeah. Close them.
When Cooking Meat. What's up, neighborhood? One love. As a vegan runner, it's always hard for me this time of year when the weather starts warming up and folks start opening their windows. Several nights a week, I'm out running around dinner time, and when people have their windows open, I can smell what they are cooking. Is he the Rock? Trying to do the eyebrow thing. I've noticed a sharp uptick recently in the smells of folks cooking meat, and it can be quite overpowering. Quite honestly, the odor is offensive, and I'm hoping our community can have some empathy for its hashtag plant-based neighbors by closing their windows if they're cooking meat and only putting vegetables on their barbecue. This man lives in La La Land.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a stereotype, so I won't go into detail about why the odor of cooking animals is offensive, but I encourage you to do your research and join the movement of people who are fighting back. Peace, love.
I'm kind of like, take another path.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
That's
like,
what
I think. You're gonna
I
have
think.
To, yeah,
If
or not
it's-
run at evening.
Probably like this. He's probably taking the same path by the same houses. It's like,
Yeah.
go take a different path. Go into the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
You know?
unrealistic
Run
to
on a
expect
treadmill.
other people to change their lifestyles because of your choice, because being vegan is a choice.
Yeah.
I would
having
say it
your
might
windows
be
up is also a choice.
also a
Becky.
choice. I would say it would be different if like his neighbor across the street was like skinning a deer like in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I would be like,
Or like constantly
hey.
smoking meat or like something that's like,
Yeah.
something that's crazy, but like
Over the
asking
top.
people to only grill vegetables on their grills is too
Yeah.
far.
It's too much.
It's too far.
yeah.
and sometimes the actual meat smell that you're smelling could be like tofu, like all the spices and
Oh,
stuff that
yeah,
would normally be on
yeah.
the barbecue or whatever.
Yeah.
When if he's doing tofu and he thinks it's meat?
Mm.
So then he's shaming his other plant-based neighbors.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think it's asking for a lot. I think he's asking for too much. I think he should just take a different route.
Or start running in the morning.
Start running when people aren't making meat.
Or when they're, doing the bacon instead. Maybe he likes that smell that I was getting.
Maybe that smell is what. To bring this back to mothers, because it's our Mother's Day episode, there was a big thing on TikTok where this woman went on TikTok and was like, don't bring your screaming baby to Costco. Like, Costco is where I go. She was like downing a hot dog. She's like, this is where I go to relax. She's like, leave the baby at home with
That is quite the
Dad.
choice to relax.
And
at
I was
Costco.
like, ma'am,
Going to Costco to relax is really
that
funny.
is insane.
That is quite, everyone has their happy place.
That's
you know what
true.
I mean?
Yeah.
But it could not be a more overwhelming and like anxiety provoking.
Yes.
No.
place.
No, get your hot dog somewhere else.
But
Go
if
to the Costco
that's-
Business Center.
If that's relaxing to her, just imagine what her everyday home life is.
She's like, I need to escape. I need to escape. Yeah,
Wow.
I think this goes in line with like asking someone to switch seats.
Yeah.
So your family can sit together. Like, it sounds like a you problem, not a them problem.
Yeah.
So I think this neighbor needs to
Hashtag settle down.
hashtag settle down.
Yeah.
Hashtag relax.
There's also no way to enforce, like they're not doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? It'd
Yeah.
be different if they're doing something wrong,
Right.
but they're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
They're literally
Yeah.
cooking.
They're cooking
at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of just trying to change convert everybody to vegetarianism through like a next door post, which is like
I feel like is the one way you're not going to convince them to be.
they're gonna double down.
I think they're going to double down. They're going to start smoking meat.
This next one's even better. Dear neighbor,
in quotes.
in quotation, you just moved into this neighborhood a year ago, and I wanted to give you time to correct this problem on your own. But you are apparently too inconsiderate to do so. Every day this week, when weather has been nice and windows are open, you proceed to let your small child run free in your backyard. In your backyard and laugh and giggle and carry on without end.
Be real.
This is very disruptive for my two dogs and my bird who sit next to the window and like to look into your yard. Perhaps you could ask him to tone it down a bit or at least limit his outside time to 15 to 20 minutes a day so my dogs can be outside without seeing him running around. If this kind of behavior persists, I will call the police.
Hello, police. I'd like to report a child in the backyard who's upsetting my bird. Thank you. Talk about a Karen. That's a true Karen.
This person is even more delusional.
Yeah, this neighborhood, I think all these people need to move. Actually, honestly,
They should
they're
all move
making
to the same neighborhood.
the lobster lady is pretty much the most sane out of the last three. Like,
She's just trying to find a good home for
she just
her
wants for
lobster.
goose.
I wonder if she's gonna vet and make sure they're not gonna eat the lobster.
I mean,
Probably
how would
not.
you
Trying
even
to
do
give it to a vegan.
Give it
Get
to the
it to a
runner.
vegan.
Give it to the runner.
Yeah.
Then he could take the lobster out for walks with him.
Oh,
I mean,
That's crazy.
I understand when your neighbors are loud,
Mhm.
but I would never be like,
yeah.
you can't run around in your own backyard.
Yeah.
My dog likes to look into your yard, so if you could,
Yeah, that's the craziest part is my pets like to look into your yard and you're disrupting their view into your yard.
yeah.
My neighbors have complained before, but so some of the time it's not even our fault. So the people behind us, it was like it was like a mom with a daughter in her, like, I don't know, before
she was
college
playing in the backyard.
years.
She was playing in the backyard.
She was in the backyard. She was playing in the backyard.
Oh my gosh.
And my dogs got mad. No. She was playing in the backyard.
Matt wrote this letter. He's like, my quail.
And she definitely had like some people over. And it was like 2 a.m. and she had like music going and stuff.
Whoa.
So our neighbors called and complained and said it was us. And it wasn't us.
You're like, that's not
so
me.
they were like yelling at us and it wasn't us. And I was like, it's not us. It's the neighbor. I mean, I didn't say it was the neighbor next door.
Yeah.
You're not a rat.
I'm not going to rat her out. I'm like, enjoy your life. Like I'll put some earplugs in, if it's only once.
Yeah.
That's
in like
what I
a
feel
year,
like.
it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
If it's every night, yeah, it's an issue. But if it's every once in a while, who cares? It's
Yeah.
like,
Have
people
fun.
want to live their life. You
Yeah.
Okay, do we have more? There's
we
another
do.
one?
Keep going, Becky. There's next one's good too.
Oh my God, I feel like this is in my neighborhood. We do have a beekeeper.
Oh my
He's
God.
very nice.
What, did you write this on?
No. Me and the beekeeper, we're good. He likes the flowers that we have because they're good for the bees.
They are good for the bees.
And every once in a while, he drops me a little honey.
Oh,
A
that's
little
nice.
hun.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
And is it like the best honey that you've ever had? Or is
It
it like
was
fine?
really good. He only did it once. And then we didn't actually know where his house was because I wanted to go back and be like, can I get a free refill? I'll give you more of this plant. Which actually, okay, this is another tangent.
Yeah.
But someone came up to my door 2 days ago. Keith and I were having lunch and someone knocked on the door. And again, they had seen us. And I was like, damn it, now I have to open the door. But it was just a girl who was like, hey, I live down the street. I'm actually helping one of my friends plan a party. And like every day I walk by this beautiful, she called it something. We have some Australian plant in the front yard. We did nothing. We do nothing to this yard. It was there before we got here. And she was like, I was just wondering if I could have like a couple for like the centerpiece that I'm making.
That's
It's a
so
huge
cute.
plant. It's a massive plant. I was like, oh my God, take as much as you need.
That's
Like,
adorable.
we had lemons that were
And it's gone.
overflowing. I know, right? You know what? She actually got in there. She was like digging around in this thing, getting all the good ones. But whatever plant that was is the one that the bees like.
Oh.
And that's why I thought of it when we were getting here. This one's called Can I Sue My Beekeeper Neighbor? Every day I see my neighbor's bees flying around my garden, stealing the... These have to be fake. These have
I
to
don't
be
think so.
fake.
People are so
crazy.
wild.
People talk
Yeah.
about a Karen.
People are so wild.
Okay. Every day I see my neighbor's bees flying around my garden, stealing the pollen or nectar from my flowers. Then the bees go back to my neighbor and creates honey. My neighbor then harvests the honey and sells it at Pepper Place Market for profit. I have never received so much as a jar of honey as compensation, and every day my neighbor's bees trespass, steal my flowers. I was stung once when I was a child, so I know how dangerous bees can be. The way I see it, it's equivalent to a person's dog coming into my yard to steal balls or tools and then gives it back to his owner, then sells them for profit. Do I have legal ground to sue? What type of things should I begin documenting in order to prepare for a legal battle? What would be a fair settlement amount if my neighbor doesn't want to take this to court? Thanks for the help.
I mean, you've been in the situation.
I've
Becky.
been here. I feel
Literally.
her. I'm like, I get this. I get this. You got them bees running around. What I hear is this person's lonely.
Yeah.
What I hear is this person
Yes.
needs their family to come over.
Yeah.
Maybe they need a new TV show to watch.
Send
they
them a
need
book
to
about
knit.
bees.
Yeah.
The beauty of bees.
The beauty of bees.
Yeah.
I also
yeah.
think one way to approach this would be next time you see your neighbor, being like, hey, I know you're a beekeeper and I know you sell honey.
Yeah.
I would love to buy some honey
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah.
And
Easy.
you know what? I bet your neighbor will say, I'm not going to sell it to you. Here, have it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, bees definitely help plants thrive.
Bees are so good. As someone who's allergic to bees,
Yeah,
Oh my
bees
gosh.
are so good for the environment.
Yeah.
it's true.
We should
Yeah.
don't kill bees. Don't
Yeah.
kill
Yeah.
them.
And if you really don't want bees, plant something else
Yeah.
that has less flowers.
Yeah. Also, the bees are
You're
not
that
coming for
upset
nectar.
about
That's true. Yeah.
And you can't control. How do you even know they're the bees from your neighbor's yard?
Yeah. They could be the wild bees.
Yeah. I would say if you were like in your backyard and you got like my girled and like stung by 100 bees.
Right. Okay.
You could probably sue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could probably call someone and be like, hey, I'm in the hospital because I got stung by 100 bees.
Can you pay my hospital bill?
Can you pay my hospital bill?
Yeah.
But like, he's never given you free honey and the bees are stealing your nectar. Like,
steal my pollen. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
This one's short.
Okay. Someone keeps delivering soup to my house with a note that says, I can't even read it. It's so weird. Soup from my perfect little soup boy. I appreciate the free food, but I don't even like soup. Please stop this.
I mean, this one I think is reasonable.
I like the idea that this person is like then consuming the soup and being like, I don't really like soup, but it's free.
He's like, can you send chicken wings instead? Like,
I was like, this sounds like you're about to get poisoned. Like this is.
That's what I'm like, what do they have in there that you don't know? And then it's like, you know, I'm going to start sending soup to Becky. Just to trick her.
It's not soup, but you know what Eugene does that's so creepy is he since Henny was born, like there's no rhyme or reason to it. We'll send a random like toy, a baby wig. No note, no name, no nothing. It just arrives at the house.
That's really funny.
And I'm like, where did this hot dog stuffed animal come from? Like 4 days later, he'll send me like a hot dog emoji. I'm like, I knew it was you. Oh my God.
That's really cute.
I think it's the note about my little soup boy that would upset me.
Yeah.
I would be like, no.
It does feel a little like stalkerish.
I'm only one episode in, but Baby Reindeer.
Oh.
It's giving me
you
Baby
have
Reindeer
to watch
vibes.
Baby Reindeer. It's so good.
I know. I've heard it's
Baby
amazing.
Reindeer
It looks
vibes.
scary.
It looks so. It's
It's
uncomfortable.
I mean, it is kind of a scary story.
Yeah.
But it starts out, it really lures you in with like the stalking thing. But then halfway through, it really flips and becomes more about the main guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
About his personal struggles.
Oh, yeah.
I started watching Queen Charlotte finally.
Oh,
amazing. I love
really?
it.
It was my least
didn't
favorite
like it?
of the Bridgertons. I love the actors in it.
Yeah.
And I think they were some of the better Bridgerton actors. But I was so bored by like episode. I mean, there's only like 6 episodes in that one, right?
Yeah, it's short.
I was so bored by like halfway through the second episode. I was like,
I don't know if I've gotten there. And I haven't seen the other Bridgertons. So maybe it's just a sign. I gotta
the
go.
newest one is coming out.
I know, I gotta get up to
You gotta
Pollen.
watch them all now.
Do you love Bridgerton,
Marathon.
Matt? I feel like you would.
I think Bridgerton's a really good show that you don't have to pay attention to the whole time. You know,
Yeah.
it's like one of those where you can like
Yeah.
be
Sort of go
talking,
in and out.
be on your phone, be
Yeah.
doing
Oh, yeah.
other things while you watch it. And I like it for that.
I think
It's not one that you're like hooked in, you know, and they're like,
second
oh my God.
season though, 100 times better than the first season.
Oh, maybe I should
I
start with
personally
that
am
then.
like, I mean, I like that I burn for you like line is really sweet, but like the rest of that storyline kind of gives me the skeeves.
Yeah.
Season 2,
Yeah.
Jonathan Bailey. That man could be in love with a tree, and I would watch it, and I'd root for them.
Yeah.
You would root
He
for that
Has
tree.
such good sexual chemistry with like every person he talks to.
Whoa.
He is such a good actor.
He's a great actor. He's
I
so
love
I
him.
think
I'm
Becky might
obsessed.
just be in love. Is what I'm
I've
hearing.
always been in love with Jonathan Bailey. If I ever saw him in real life, I think I'd faint. Like I think I would like do like an old school like oh,
Oh my goodness.
and then he would catch me like a beautiful gentleman. Yeah, I love him.
I'm sure he would.
I think he's short though.
probably.
The bummer.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's beautiful.
Well,
Yeah.
the next season's supposed to be good too.
I know it's the pollen season. So I read the book because Kaylin and I were like, let's do a book club.
Yeah.
Because we
Oh,
both
you
read
read
some
it.
things kind of fast.
Uh-huh.
And I think she was finishing another book. And I was like, okay, well, I'll tell you if it's good and if you should start it or not. And I ended up just reading the whole thing. The book, terrible. Really not a fan of the Bridgerton writing.
Yeah.
I think the TV show is going to be so good.
Mm,
It has
Is
your
it juicy?
favorite, your
I
dairy
know.
girl.
I do. From Daddy Girls. She's so good.
She's like 35.
Nicola.
Have you seen that TikTok?
I think
It's
she's like
wild.
37.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
something like that. It's like, oh my gosh. She
great.
looks
She
14. Yeah.
Oh my God. She's so funny. And she's so chronically online. Did
Yeah.
you see that
Oh my
one?
gosh.
Like it's like Wired or one of those GQ things. And they were asking her about all these memes. She knew everything.
Iconic.
She knew everything. She seems so fun and so
She
nice.
does. Yeah.
I want to be her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
mhm.
Nicola.
Yeah. And she's so good in Dairy Girls too. She's so funny.
So funny.
So funny.
She has such good comedic timing. I'm excited to see her as the romantic lead and her change of style because she was always dressed like terribly.
I mean, they made her dowdy for a reason.
They made her real dowdy.
What was it?
But
Mrs. Chatter. What's her name? Why
Lady Whistledown?
Whistleton. I was saying Chatterton. Lady Whistleton.
Lady Chatterton.
Lady Chatterton. Now she's going to be
Whistledown.
Now she's going to be Lady Chatterton instead of Lady Whistleton.
Yeah,
sure.
it's going to be a good season, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, last season was just so good. It's so good. Just start with that.
I'm going to watch that.
Just watch the Jonathan Bailey one.
Yeah.
And then the girl from Sex Education's in it too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm blanking on her name. But she's like a smaller part in Sex Education, and then she's like the lead in this. And you're like, you're so good. And she's really pretty too.
Yeah.
Miss Sharma. Kate Sharma.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not her name in real life.
Yeah.
But I might call her that.
Yeah. Forever Kate Sharma.
Well, I hope all of you mothers enjoy soup on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. We couldn't be here without you. We love you. We celebrate you. We see you.
We hear you. We accept you.
We accept you. And until next time, bye.
Bye.